A few months ago, I interviewed someone who looked extremely impressive on LinkedIn. Hundreds of likes, confident posts, strong opinions about technology. Honestly, before the interview started, I thought, this guy must be very good. Then I asked him to do something very simple and everything collapsed. In that moment, I realized something about LinkedIn, something most people don't see. So let me tell you this story. A few months ago, I was interviewing someone for a software engineer position. And before the interview, I did what everyone does. I checked his LinkedIn profile. And honestly, it looked impressive, very active, many posts about technology, many strong opinions, many confident statements, posts about best practices, posts about architecture, posts about how developers should think. Many people were engaging, lots of likes, lots of comments. Naturally, before the interview even started, I already had a perception. I thought, okay, this person must be very good. And then I started the interview. The conversation was normal. We talk about experience, we talk about projects, about technologies, and everything seemed fine. Then I asked something very simple, not a difficult problem, not an advanced algorithm, just a small function, something basic, something any developer with experience should be able to do. And suddenly, everything changed. Long silence, confusion, more silence. He started trying things, then he stopped. Then he restarted, and after a few minutes, it became very clear. He simply could not do it, not because of stress, not because the problem was difficult, but because the fundamentals were not there. And in that moment, something strange happened in my head. I remember all these confident LinkedIn posts, all these opinions, all those likes, and I realized something uncomfortable. LinkedIn had created an illusion. LinkedIn is very good at creating something. The appearance of expertise. You see someone posting every day, you see confident opinions, you see many people agreeing. Your brain makes shortcut. It says, if so many people listen to this person must know what they are talking about. But there is a problem. Posting is not the same as doing. Writing about work is not the same as doing the work. Talking about problems is not the same as solving problems. And social media does not reward competence. It rewards something else. It rewards visibility. It rewards confidence. It rewards consistency. If you post every day, you grow. If you write confidently, people react. If you say simple thing in a strong way, people share. But none of that proves expertise. And slowly, something strange happens. People who are very good at LinkedIn start looking like the most competent people in the room, even when they are not. And the interesting thing is, this is not really LinkedIn's fault. This is how social media works. There are three forces behind this. The first one is confidence. Confidence attracts attention. When someone speaks with certainty, our brain listens, even if the person is wrong. The second force is simplicity, because complex ideas are difficult to explain, and real expertise is often nuanced. But social media prefers simple messages. Do this, never do that, here are the 3 rules, etc. So simple content spreads faster, but real life is not that simple. And the third force is social proof. When we see many likes, our brain interprets that as value. But likes measure something very different. They measure emotion, agreement, entertainment, and sometimes even outrage. But they do not measure competence. And because of these 3 forces, a strange system appears. The people who are the best at social media are not always the people who are the best at their craft. And this problem is not only LinkedIn. It exists everywhere on the internet. The loudest voices are not always the most competent ones. Sometimes the real experts are quiet. They are busy building things, busy solving problems, busy learning, busy improving their craft. And they do not have time to post every day. They do not share hot takes. They simply focus on the work, and because of that, they are often invisible online, which creates a strange paradox. This experience made me think about something. For years, the internet has been telling us the same advice. Build your personal brand, be visible, share your expertise, post every day. But there is a hidden trap here. When attention becomes the goal, something changes. You stop optimizing for truth and you start optimizing for engagement, for reactions, for applause, and slowly, without realizing it, you become good at something different. Not your craft, but the performance of your craft. And these two things are not the same. So today, when I try to understand if someone is truly competent, I look for different signals. I look for people who build real things, people who show their work, people who talk about real experiences, projects, products, things that exist. Because in the real world, competence leaves traces and you can see it, you can taste it, you can verify it. So now I'm curious, have you ever experienced this? Someone who looked very impressive online and in reality it was a very different story, maybe in LinkedIn or maybe somewhere else? Tell me in the comments, I read everything. And if you also feel that the internet is becoming very noisy, AI hype, productivity hype, expert culture, then this channel is about exactly that, trying to bring a little bit more of clarity into all this noise. So if that resonates with you, you can subscribe and I will see you in the next video.